Harry's quagmire is pissing William off. In the name of honesty, it is so monstrous. Harry knows very well how much this will wound and infuriate his older brother. It's his casual and relentless cruelty to Prince William. Hello, and a very warm welcome back to Kate Middleton and the Queen News Channel. Well, this week we have heard a whole lot about Prince Harry, everything from his frozen member to losing his virginity outside in a field behind a pub. Although sadly, these two events are actually not connected. But anyway, we need a moment to spare a thought for Prince William. Because seriously, where in all of this mess is he left? Just imagine the position that he has been forced into. For most of his life, he deeply loved and he looked after his little brother. And now he has discovered through the pages of this fastest-selling memoir in history, 1.43 million copies in all formats in Canada, the US, and Britain on the first day, that this whole time the little brother he cared for so much hated him. You know, it's really like what I say to my own grandchildren and what I used to say to my own children when they were young. Don't worry about what other people say about you in their attempts to hurt you. You need to focus on the truth about yourself. And the truth is, hurt people do hurt people. Harry is trying to hurt and inflict pain on anyone and everyone because he himself is so deeply unhappy. Harry and Meghan act like they're revealing all this information about other people, but what they are revealing are things about themselves. They are revealing how low their self-esteem is, how immature they are, and the entire world is seeing it, but Harry and his wife cannot. He envies everything about his older brother, from his brother's bigger bedroom and his more exalted position in the family hierarchy, to the fact that he resembles their late mother more than Harry. And then he exults when this resemblance seems to disappear with him getting older, replaced by, Harry says, your alarming baldness more advanced than mine. Casual cruelty is the name of the game in Spare. But I guess the William-bashing signs were really always there a long time before Spare came out. Speaking to Oprah Winfrey, Harry made it clear that somewhere deep in his psyche, part of his happiness depended on William being miserable. Back then, Harry said, I am free, my brother is trapped. And then, in their Netflix docuseries, Harry said, I married for love, my brother did not. Harry has also said that other royal men married women who fit the mold, whereas he didn't. He married this angel. Another theme is that William and Catherine and other senior royals are somehow jealous because Harry and Meghan are so good at being royals. Meanwhile, the attacks on Catherine and the leaked text messages over the saga of the bridesmaids' dresses, well, Harry knows good and well how much they're going to wound and upset his older brother. So when we really start to break down the book, you can see that Harry's obsessive attacks on the British media are rivaled only by his fixation with his older brother and his superior status. And really, if you have to destroy somebody else's happiness just to make yourself feel better, to prove to yourself that actually you're not second-rate, then you, Harry, are a complete monster. Harry takes every opportunity to take a little dig at his older brother while at the same time trying to elevate himself. He doesn't even shy away when it comes to sacred family relationships. Harry once famously said, my mother has done her bit with my brother, and now she's very much back to helping me. And how could we forget last year when Harry said that he was just making sure that the late Queen was protected and had the right people around her? He was trying to suggest that his older brother William could not be trusted to do the same. I am my mother's son is Harry's new mantra. He is using Diana's legacy to pave his way to popularity in the US and to overthrow William in the process. On screen, in person, or on the page, Harry tries to show that he is the better brother. He's morally superior in every single way. He's not this boring, obedient royal dupe like his older brother. When we learned about the rift between them in January of 2020, William said, I've put my arm around my brother all our lives, and I can't do that anymore. Just imagine a younger brother having a lifelong resentment against his older brother because his older brother was born first. But, my friends, it looks like this is exactly what's going on. This week, broadcaster Andrew Marr said that Prince Harry's book and general post-Brexit behavior were not only damaging for the monarchy, they might even hasten its demise, and it's pretty difficult to argue with that sentiment. Throughout the book, senior royals and courtiers are portrayed as these idiots, while progressive, intelligent Harry is the absolute antithesis to his older brother William. It's very damaging, and it is non-stop. And if we can learn anything by Harry's guest appearance on the Stephen Colbert talk show in the US, which ended up bringing in the series' largest audience in 2 years with 3.5 million viewers, the monarchy is an even bigger laughingstock in the US. And Harry too, although I don't even think he understands that he was in fact being mocked. And one of the worst things about all of this is that Harry and Meghan wouldn't be doing any of these TV series, any of these books, any of these interviews if they weren't being paid a lot of money to do so. It's not about telling their truth. It's not about it at all. It's not about it being a healing process. This is all being done just to make money. The truth is, TV executives and book publishers want as much dirty gossip and revelations as they can possibly get, and Meghan and Harry are more than happy to give it to them for the sake of the almighty dollar, whether or not it's even true, and regardless of who it may harm in the process. They have now well and truly burned their bridges with both of their families, and it's astounding how every one of their relatives on both sides is apparently so horrible. Meanwhile, supposedly backstage, everything was just delightfully Hollywood. His celebrity makeup artist Jen Streicher said he is a great hugger. Now, her other clients include people like actor Chris Evans, whom People magazine has just dubbed the sexiest man alive. And that same magazine also did an interview with Harry just this week. Lately, Harry does not even have the decency to blush, making Jen's task, I would think, a lot easier. Meanwhile, back in the UK of Harry's imagination, this boring, stuffy place, there is another man whose life is drifting deeper into the shadows. It has to be so depressing to realize that your only brother is so jealous of you, but actually this is a lot worse. Every action does have a consequence, and the highs of Harry's thrilling new life are only matched by the lows that he has dug into his own brothers. Because the burden of all of this falls directly onto William's shoulders. King Charles does not want a fuss. He only wants for his last years to be problem-free. He begged his feuding sons at his own father's funeral, don't make them a misery. So now it is William's responsibility to somehow find a way out of this mess, to pick up the pieces and to figure out a future for himself, for his family, for the monarchy and the country as well. Now, the saddest thing is that he's got to do all of this not only without the support of his only brother, but really in spite of his only brother. Now, when Harry first met Meghan, he proudly announced that his family would be the family that she never had. Clearly, she had already dished the dirt on her own family to Harry and given a very convincing story as to why she didn't want anything to do with them. And then she set about convincing Harry that his family were also ones that he should really be dishing the dirt on, and he shouldn't have anything to do with them either. Harry's just too dumb to see that he has pushed away everyone who really loved him. It's clear that not only is Harry sick in the head, but he has a very low IQ too. So I'm afraid that he had no chance against Meghan. He was pretty easy for her to take advantage of. And I think this is why his family knew from the very beginning that Meghan was bad news. On the one hand, we've got Harry, who was held back in school and really didn't pursue higher education either. And on the other hand, we've got Meghan, who, although she's very evil, is clearly pretty intelligent, and boy is she driven. The way Harry puts Meghan up on a pedestal is just not normal. The way that he goes on about how saintly she is, how she's just like his late mother, that is a huge red flag. And Harry repeats that Meghan has never looked him up on Google, and he tells the story of her kneeling and praying on his late mother's grave. The thing is, Meghan has an illustrious history of using people to get what she wants, and then once she gets ahead, she cuts them off. And this does not bode well for Harry. He reminds me of the abused wife in a relationship whose husband slowly cuts her off from all of her family and friends so that she'll depend on him and him alone. This is exactly what is happening with Harry, and it's really scary stuff. And you, do you agree with the views in my video? If yes, please like and share it with anyone else who would enjoy it. If not, please let us know why below in the comments section. And remember to subscribe to Kate Middleton and the Queen News channel to get more updates from our team in the future. Again, thank you so much for tuning in, goodbye, and I'll be back to see you all tomorrow.